We also have this great need for moving at a speed that is, breathtaking, I'd say, in startup land. So how have you thought about that?
I mean, I think you're certainly right, but I would, in the sense that there is clearly a need to move quickly in industry. I would say that it's maybe a little bit different in the kind of R&D space that we're at, because if you sacrifice quality for the sake of speed, there is no, I mean, ultimately, the truth of the pudding is you put this drug in a patient in a randomized clinical trial, and if it fails, you have failed. And so you can't cut corners. You can try and move with urgency, and obviously we do, but cutting corners will come back to bite you in really bad ways. So that is one difference between academia and industry. I would like to highlight actually a very different one, which I think is one that I found most dominant, which is that in academia, it's really all about you as the PI. Think about what PI stands for: principal investigator. We used to have the Koller lab, or we call it Daphne's lab, right? And we all think about that. And it's all about you as the leader with you set the vision, and it's all about you. And the incentive structures work this way. You get rewarded by how many times you're first author when you're more junior, and then how many times you're last author when you're more senior. Whereas in industry, it's really about the success of the organization. And the most difficult transition that I have seen in moving from academia to industry is people who are not able to release their ego and really think about science as a team sport and company building as a team sport, and create a whole that is larger than the sum of the parts, and align people towards a different type of incentive structure where there's a reward for building infrastructure, for creating something that supports the growth of the organization, even if it's not the most glamorous piece of the puzzle. And that building of a puzzle of an organization, that has to come from the top. People have to release their own egos in order to get the people around them to release their egos.